welcome back to another book review. So this time I am going to do a review of the Wheel of Time series, in particular the first book, which is The Eye of the World. These are written by James Oliver Rigney. The books I have, like I said, it's The Eye of the World, but mine are I was given these a long time ago. I think these are like the children's versions, but whatever. It's the first book of The Eye of the World was split into two books. In the first one is From the Two Rivers, and then the second part is To the Blight. But I'm going to do, seeing as I'm doing a review of the first book, I'm just going to do the two of them like it is one book. So if you're buying it, you would just buy The Eye of the World and it wouldn't be split into two books. So like I said, this is the first one in the series. There are currently 14 books in the series. Well, there's 14 books and a prequel. Yeah, it's a really long series. Just be warned, if you do end up liking these books, it's a big commitment. They're big books. I mean, this one is 782 pages just for the first book, and they're all pretty much around that. They're in the 700-800s. I think the longest book is 1,000, just over 1,000, which is the fourth one. So I mean, they're big reads. You have to take that into account as well. I don't know if I'll like the end of the books because James Oliver Rigney actually died in 2007, so although he left kind of the last few books sort of written, they had all notes for them and everything, they are being taken over, and I can't remember who is Sanderson. I'll put just an annotation there saying who's writing them. Oh no! I do actually, that was what I was saying, I do actually intend to do a review on all of them, but that is going to take some time because I feel like I'd need to go and read them again because it's been so long, but we'll see. I will get to the end. I will do a video on all of them, I just don't know how long it will take, so we'll just see how far I get through. Just note that I am intending to try and get through them. So anyways, to the book. Like I said, I'm reviewing it as one big book, but that's just what these two look like that I have. The book is focused on a little town, Emmonsfield, in the Two Rivers. See, From the Two Rivers. Okay, oh yeah, another note. The names of these stuff, I am like literally gonna pronounce all of them so wrong. You can give out to me in the comments below if you want, but I mean, I'm just warning you, I will more than likely pronounce them wrong. It's just the way I pronounce them, they're hard to pronounce. So at the beginning, the Emmonsfield is attacked by Trollocs, like dark forces, Trollocs and Midral, big scary dudes. They're part of a dark power, and they seem to be literally looking for the three farm boys known as Matrim Cahan, Randall Thor and Perrin Ibarra. Just before that, an Aes Sedai, like kind of a good witch. She wields like a good power. Like these the dark forces that are coming into town. We'll say Moraine Sedai. She's good. She's the good one. And she comes to the town just before that with her warder, like her kind of protector, Lan. When the dark forces, or the Midrodol and Trollocs and everything, they come and like they completely wreck the town. They like burn like all the farmhouses and stuff like that, and search for, it seems, these three boys. So Moraine and Lan convince them that they need to leave the town in order to save like their family. So they do. They head off away to just effectively save the people of Emmonsfield. It's never really explained to the boys why they're being targeted. They just need to kind of trust Moraine and be like, you're saving your town, kind of thing. They are joined by Egwin. That's a name I know. I might pronounce the other ones right, I might not, but that one I never pronounce right. But I think it's Egwin. Who is she's training to be a wisdom in the town, kind of like the healer in the town. But the actual wisdom in the town is Nynaeve Almera. Nynaeve actually goes with them as well because she goes after them once they've started on their travels to try and get them back to the town because she thinks it's Strictless, but she ends up travelling along with them as well. And I'm not going to explain why because I'll be ruining the book. And I can't say any more because I will ruin more. The book basically completely keeps you guessing the whole way through. You're constantly being thrown different questions as to why they're doing this and why this happens, and the different characters. You're always questioning the characters' motives as well, and it really keeps you guessing, it keeps you involved and keeps you reading kind of thing. There are some small lags in the book where it does get a bit slower, there's a bit too much description, but not much, not to me. Like some people, so if you read some reviews, they'll be like, there was way too much, it's so boring, I couldn't get through it. I don't know what they were reading, but I thought it was really good. There are some small slow points, but I think every book has some slow points, so that's kind of, well, that's just my own opinion. But anyways, yeah, but like I said, the book keeps you reading, which means it keeps you reading throughout the actual book, which means and there's so many questions thrown up in the air that you want to find out, and there's such a really good ending that you're like, I have to read the other books. And that's what I'm warning you, it's a really, really long series, and you're going to keep, if you like this book, you're going to want to keep reading. So there's just that to keep in mind as well. The actual, not the elephant in the room, I said that in my last review as well, the elephant in the room. But the big thing that needs to be pointed out, and it was done on purpose, although James Rigney or Robert Jordan said he did it on purpose, is that it's so, if you've read The Lord of the Rings, it is so similar to The Lord of the Rings, but like I said, Robert Jordan, I'm just going to call him Robert Jordan from now on, Robert Jordan said he did do that on purpose. It is so similar to The Lord of the Rings. It's a little town in a thing similar to the Shire, except they're humans here, not hobbits, obviously. 3 boys head off on a journey. The dark ones are after him, like Trollocs are similar to orcs. I mean, it is like, there are so many comparisons that you'd be like, I'm effectively reading The Lord of the Rings. You're not. It's so not. I could probably get killed for this, but whatever. In my opinion, The Lord of the Rings is not as good. If you're comparing the very first book, right, say we're comparing The Fellowship of the Ring to The Eye of the World. The Fellowship of the Ring wins, hands down, hands down. But if we're comparing a series, and I don't, some people might think that's ridiculous to compare the series because there's only 3 books, well there's 4 if you include The Hobbit. But if you compare the whole series, and I'm not even comparing the first 12 books, if you just take the first 3 or 4 books of the Wheel of Time series, and compare it to The Lord of the Rings, the Wheel of Time series, Robert Jordan series, to me, in my opinion, wins hands down over the Lord of the Rings series. The first book, The Fellowship of the Ring, wins against The Eye of the World, but the series is so much better for me. The characters in these books, in Robert Jordan's books, are so much more relatable. I really get into the storyline. I really fall in love with the people I like. They're more realistic, they're more well, they are human, obviously, they're not hobbits. But I mean, there's just so much more to relate to in their characters. And I mean, Robert Jordan just created a world that is so vivid, and you really get into it, and these descriptions are so wonderful that you really fall into it, whereas I didn't get that with The Lord of the Rings. But the Wheel of Time series and the first book I absolutely loved. I was there with Rand and Mat and Perrin and Egwene and Nynaeve. I was there. I loved it. I loved it so much. I can't rave about this enough. I loved the series. I am one of the complete Wheel of Time nerds. This is a really like old-timey kind of classic. It's riding on horseback, going through the country, travelling. The travelling between cities takes forever, like, because they're on foot. It's not like New Adventures where it's all, I know, it happens in a second. It's so much better. It's old school, good fantasy on horseback. Like they wear cloaks going out. It's just, I love it. It's so rich in description, and the way Robert Jordan brings it across, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I can't say I love it anymore, or you will tell me to shut up, so I will shut up. It's a 5 out of 5 for me, in case you didn't guess. So yeah, that is the first in the series. There's so much more action going on that in the first book, but that I can't tell you because I would just ruin it. Just know that it develops so much more. The characters, they encounter so much different stuff along the way. The like dark forces, good forces. Each character develops in their own right, and it's really, really good. So yeah, that is the first in the series, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. But yeah, think of this as one book. It's one book. The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Go get it, guys. It's amazing. Okay. I've rambled and talked so much, but I had so much to say and I'm so sorry, but hey, thanks for watching. Bye.